Hi guys, back again. Right, I'm gonna have a little look into the accessories, the fork top, the preload fork top adjusters that I got. Oh man, not already! I just turned it on. Anyway, I was going to cut and start again. No, I'm not going to bother. I didn't get round to on the last few videos because I was so excited about getting back on the bike. I want to go back to the suspension settings one that I did, the Pete suspension settings, and got reply from a lighter rider. So if you're not as big as, sorry Pete, but if you're not as heavy as me and Pete, then obviously the adjustment's going to be different, of course. But I've got a lighter rider that replied, so thanks Sergeant Paradox. Now, with all his gear on, I'm just going to make sure I get this right. So, he's 80 kilos fully geared, and he rides front heavy as well. So I think there's a pattern here with the people that ride these bikes, all riding them front heavy. But so 80 kilos overall, so about half the weight of me and Pete. But so his preload on the front. Oh, the kids are kicking off. The missus is having a go at them inside. Right, so his preload, he's got 6 clockwise in the front. Okay, so 6 turns clockwise in the front. Factory preload on the back. Now, on the front, he's got a rebound of 13 and 17 in the back. That's clicks counterclockwise, anti-clockwise. All right, and his compression is 18 at the front and 16 at the rear. Okay, so obviously, and his response is that the front feels more planted on bumpier roads. So, you know, again, riding front heavy, you want that front end confidence. So that's so thanks for that. If you've got any responses on that, his comments are on the Pete video. So he said he's open for any feedback or whatever else. So if you're running 80 kilos, you've got different setup, and you want to try his, and you've got some feedback on that, you can go to the comment on that or comment on this one if you want me to, you know, actually do the commentary on the responses. So, but thanks very much, Sergeant Paradox, for that, for your settings. Any other settings from any other riders, different weights and different settings, different road types, let us know, because we all love a bit of suspension fettling, don't we? So back to the suspension, and we'll go back to these the Titax. I put a still on, but of the last video, but let's see if I can get this and see if you can see it properly. So this is what we've got. So these are Titax front fork adjusters. Now the idea is, so it's height and grip for the fingers. I'm just reading off of the packaging here. Exclusively by Titax. Easy finger work, even in gloves. High-tech design. There's 8 different colours, and as I said, these were 30 euros here, but they're supplied to British Superbike and Moto GP. So I'll be honest, I hadn't, you know, it's not a name I've come before. I looked into, because I've used Litec stuff before for like rear bobbins on my street triple and stuff, and I like the Litec stuff, and I think the colour difference, I think the Litec colour may be closer to the Ohlins original blue rather than this is a slightly darker blue. They also do steering dampers, chain adjusters, clutch and brake levers. No, I'm not sponsored by Titax. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Probably more like McDonald's, if anybody, I suppose. They don't give me anything for free, but I like the products. Anyway, it opened yesterday. It was my wife's birthday, and for a treat they opened McDonald's, and we went to the drive-through. But it's just not the same as you get in the UK. That sounds awful, doesn't it? There's the bag. We didn't eat it all. Well, she didn't eat it all. That's for the kids as well. Anyway, right, so back to this. So let's have a look. And again, I'm doing this sort of whole handheld on the GoPro, so hopefully you can get it. So this is how they look. The finish on them the one that I haven't used in the packet, I left that one in the packet because once you're committed and you put the grub screws in here and here, once the grub screws are in, that's it then, you know. So you've already made a mark obviously on your hand. So I'm in an R in at the minute, but you've got 2 grub screws there to locate it nice and firmly. Finish on it, great there. You can see a burr at the top that hasn't been really filed off. The other one hasn't got the burr, but I'm going to give it a decent bit of effort and try and turn the adjuster. Okay, it's not that easy. So I don't know, you know. It's my opinion is, if you can figure out, I mean, I got more feedback from some of the other guys that also had the same problems. So let's have a look here, see if I can get it quick enough for you. There you go. But well, Sergeant Paradox, in fact, he's done the same thing, you know, damaged the coating, and he tried putting sort of plastic over the top of it before he did the adjustment, had the same problem. So my recommendation is, if you don't need to move your front preload, don't have to fiddle with it, unless you know that it's not going to mark your tops. My God, honestly, right fannies, aren't we? But then again, you're looking at them all the time, and let's face it, you love a bit, you know, they look lovely, and you just don't want to muck them up, do you? So if you had a Ferrari, you wouldn't be happy if you had to take it a bit off-roading down a country lane and trashed all the paintwork with stone chips and stuff, would you? So yeah, so I don't know. I mean, the Litec ones, see, I don't get a lot of choice here. And I know there is a guy that does the Litec in the village here, but I'd have to order them in. And I did have to order these in, the Titax ones, but they came in about a week from Germany, and my local. Hang on, I've got to clean the lens. Just see a dirty finger mark on there. So I had to order them in. Took about a week. I'm not really over the moon with them, I'll be absolutely honest. Oh, the other thing, because again, I was having a little bit of a discussion with Pete, and as I put on about the Pro Grip stuff. Now what I did, I got my son just to paint the back while he was making my missus a birthday card. I got him he was painting. I'll just whack a bit of acrylic paint over the back. Now acrylic's not going to stay on there, but I wanted to know whether it was better, you know, if maybe I get some sort of plastic coat or something like that and spray the back of them, or maybe even directly onto the front, because I mean the plastic coat, no, it will start peeling off on it and then it'll look tatty. But obviously when I put the 3M on, that's probably going to attack the paint anyway, so I've got to get paint that won't attack. But the bottom line is, if I hold this on the bike after dropping it on the floor, didn't do that in rehearsals, can you see it doesn't shine so much? So I think that might be the way to go. That's not the finished article, by the way, that was just an offcut that I had knocking about. So anyway, so that's what I might get on with today. Thing is, now, because we can go out, I don't really want to waste any more time mucking about with the bike. I'm just put it on the paddock stand to give the back wheel a quick clean, get a bit of the chain lube and whatnot, residue off. But don't really want to waste a lot of time when I could be riding the bike. So if she gives me the pass today, then that's what I'll be doing, going for a little ride. But can you believe that's 9 minutes of crap I just managed to talk to you? So there you go. So the Titax front fork adjuster, maybe it's, I don't know, it might be because it's never been adjusted before. It's not like we've been adjusting it left, right and centre. So maybe it would free up if you had a pair of, if you wanted to use them on a pair of forks that you've adjusted a few times anyway. So I don't know, we'll keep plugging away, because I'm not going to put the other one on until I figure out whether I'm happy enough with the other one, or it's back to the the nail varnish, as we said before. See if I can find some nail varnish just to touch it up with. But now I'm going to have 2 dents where the grub screws have gone in. A little one grub screw. Right, okay, I'll the mist just poked right out the door there. So I was filming and gone back inside. Okay, alright, I'll catch you guys later. Alright, bye bye. Alright, back again. Just a quick one. When I was searching for the fork top adjusters and looking at different options and stuff like that, I came across this. Now I've screenshotted on my phone, so hopefully you can see that okay. Not too many reflections. Right, now that is as you can see there, it's a preload adjuster, but it looks like it's made from like plastic, nylon or whatever. So that's obviously going to do a hell of a lot less damage, if any at all. But it actually says there somebody's used it on their Daytona 675R, but that looks like what we all should have bought. Why didn't Ohlins just give us one when you buy a boat? It's going to cost them like a penny or whatever. But if anybody has got one of those and has used it and can let everybody know in the comments about whether it worked, whether it didn't damage the plastic or didn't damage the anodized coating, but that definitely, rather than having to go through what we have, that definitely looks like the tool to use. And obviously it is going to be stiff, but looking at the wings on it, you know, where you can turn it, they're a lot longer than the little ones on the Titax ones that I've got, so you're going to get a lot more leverage, so it's probably going to, you know, it's going to be a lot easier to turn. Alright, I just thought I'd update you with that.